Hi, I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and people call me Dennis.
My name is Neil, and I am a multi-dimensional spiritual being that's having a human experience. And this is The Experience Podcast. And if you're new to the channel, you're invited to subscribe and like this video. And let's boost this algorithm to promote more of these videos to an exponential amount of people. And I thank you for participating in that. And so, truth and reality. Truth is something that's subjective, and it's something that is, it's like an individual's belief. And truth is, it's true for you, even if it's bullshit. Truth is something that it can be true for one person and it plays out in that exact way for that person, but then it's somebody else has a completely different truth. So that's truth. What is reality, Dennis?
So reality is love. Everything that's not from love is an illusion. And so the distinguishment that I would make for reality is, yes, love. That's about as simple as I can make it, I feel.
And reality is like universal law. Reality is, it doesn't change based on your truth. Reality is still reality no matter what your truth or BS belief system is.
So I'm not sure if this is a good example or not.
That's your truth. And I say, fuck your truth. And what's real? Your truth was you weren't sure if it was a good example. So what's the reality?
The reality is that love is all that there is. That's the only thing that is, and anything else, if you can touch it, if you can smell it, if you fart and you smell the fart, it's your truth. It's not real. This pen, I see that it is black, but just because it's black doesn't mean that what I believe is true.
It's real.
What?
It doesn't say that what you believe is real.
Right. Exactly. So right now we have a lot of people that are running around and fighting over their own truth.
And what would you say to those people?
Fuck your fucking truth. Fuck your truth. Why do I say that? Because love confronts dysfunction, and when we're all, right now the world is living from the toxic, on a grand global scale, we're living in a toxic feminine energy. So fuck your truth.
What does the toxic feminine look like?
Nobody wants to walk, or everybody's walking around on eggshells and trying not to hurt other people's feelings because the toxic feminine does not confront. So you got this woke culture with all these fucking pronouns, he, she, they, fucking cat, dog, whatever the fuck they're talking about. That's their truth, but it's not fucking real. And now we're mutilating young children in the name of fucking the toxic feminine.
And to the toxic feminine, everything's okay. It doesn't confront anything. It's just trying to keep things going, like everything's okay. And the toxic masculine is that is more of like a me thing, and it's also about like survival of the fittest,
Competition.
It's like a me mentality, and it doesn't care about other people. The toxic masculine just cares about survival of the fittest, and so it strives to be the fittest for the individual and not for the collective.
Greed. Take.
So then on now looking at the other side of it, the divine masculine, what does that look like?
So the divine masculine wants to be respected. So
also the divine masculine does things for the collective. It recognizes that every other being is itself in form, and therefore as the divine masculine serves and protects and is a lighthouse, it is doing that for the entire collective. It's not doing it for itself, it's doing it for everybody as the self. And then divine feminine, what does that look like?
So the divine feminine wants to be supported, is what I have written down. I know there's more words that, more states of being that define divine.
Just fill into it. Divine feminine, what is that? What's coming up?
They're creative. They are artistic. They're flowing.
Nurturing. Those are all attributes of the divine feminine. So on like now on the other side of this, what this world has the potential to look like is gods and goddesses walking around on this plane of earth that we're on in their divine roles, in their divine masculine and feminine roles. The masculine being the lighthouse, being the protector, being the person that creates channels for the feminine to flow through, and then the feminine flowing through those channels, nurturing, creating, and having compassion, and also confronting dysfunction and confronting truths and confronting BS, and BS is belief systems. So the divine masculine and the feminine both confront dysfunction. They both confront truth. They both confront belief systems. What are you feeling? You're feeling something.
This is a very significant conversation. I know it hasn't been long, but if you're really paying attention and feeling and taking to heart what's being expressed here, this has an opportunity to now for you to step into your role as the divine masculine or the divine feminine. And like Neil was expressing earlier, and now we get to co-create from a space of gods and goddesses. And we get to create worlds, worlds in language from a state of love for ourselves and for other people to step into. And that right there, what I just expressed, is the highest form of manifestation and creation that I am aware of on this level of existence that I'm currently on.
So with what's real, it's non-disputable. It's the way it is. And like Albert Einstein talked about, there was an aspect to his formula that it was this it was part of the formula that he wasn't able to calculate, and he called it spooky action at a distance. And that what it was the element of love. And he wasn't able to figure out love because love is infinite and it's not controllable and it's non-reducible, and it's essentially, it just is infinite love, and it's not to be figured out, it's to be experienced. And he was experiencing it and not able to put it into his calculations, but he had it in his calculations as part of the thing that he wasn't able to mathematically equate. So go for it.
And I want to just point out that Einstein was looking at this equation from the aspect of in here. He wasn't looking at it or feeling it from in here. And that is the difference. In here is truth. In here is reality. In your heart, in your emotions.
That was a great distinction. If you're in your head, you're dead.
You got to feel it to heal it.
So
you face it within or you face it without. And right now, for most of humanity, the reason that all this shit's going on in the world is because they refuse to face it within. So now you see the manifestation of what it looks like without. What were you gonna say?
There was a tendril, there was a beautiful aspect that I was feeling into, and I was feeling so much gratitude for the present moment that my mind space was completely blank, and I was just feeling love and peace and connection. So that's the state that I'm currently still in. My mind space is still completely clear and blank, and right now in this present moment, that's real. And so nothing can offend you. This is the tendril, and it just showed back up because I was able to get out of the way and allow it to flow through. So nothing can offend you, and this is not speaking, this is love speaking. If I were to come online and start speaking, it wouldn't sound the way that it's expressing right now. So nothing can offend you because you aren't able to be offended. The real you, love, the essence of who you are, is unoffendable. So anything that can be offended in you is what you're not. And what you're not is, you're not your ego, you're not your body, you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your perceptions, you're not your truth, and you're not your belief systems. And holy shit, what am I? Your love, your infinite connection. You're all that ever was, all that ever has been, and all that ever can be. So somebody just had a fucking massive breakthrough right there, because what I just shared, what just flowed through me was the expression of love, and what it shared was that it just shattered everything that people perceive themselves to be. And my perception is bullshit. Your perception is bullshit. Love doesn't have a perception. Love just is. Love just expresses and receives. And so if there's anything other than love expressing and receiving, that's who you're not. And if you're able to be offended, the part of you that's being offended is who you're not. What do you feel like communicating in coherence with that?
I feel very complete. If I would add anything else, that would be my mind and my ego trying to add something that's already complete.
So I want to give thanks for this complete present moment. And right now in this moment, I declare Dennis to be perfect exactly where he's at. I declare this vessel to be perfect completely where it's at. I declare you watching this are perfect exactly where you're at. Peace.